What's up? My name is Anno Domini, or AD for short, and I'm the CEO of the multi-platinum Anno Domini Nation music production team. For those of you that are new to our artist community, our producers have worked on countless multi-platinum albums, award-winning film and TV productions, best-selling video games, and a whole lot more. You can hear our beats and tracks by the likes of 50 Cent, Snoop Dogg, Rick Ross, Wu-Tang Clan, Styles P, Cool G Rap, Hopsin, Tech Nine, and many others. You can also hear them on TV channels, for example CBS, NBC, Fox, Comedy Central, MTV or VH1, and also on programming by the likes of the NBA, NFL, NHL, and UFC. We've also produced a ton of advertisements for companies like Coca-Cola, BMW, and Nike. So what I'm saying is, even if you haven't necessarily heard our name before, you're probably one of the 300 million people around the world that have heard our music. So this video is for all of you new artists joining our community and for all the people that supported us from day one. I'm actually shooting this at my new home and home studio out here in Los Angeles, and this crazy music game actually took me around the world from a small town in Germany to London in the UK and now here to LA in the US. I want to thank you all for watching this video and being a part of this crazy ride in this global movement that we've created. Really, I'm just making this video as a big thank you for motivating me to do better for you and to support you in your goals and ambitions as an artist. For those of you that have known me for a while, you already know that I do what I can to help other artists come up, and this year I had to really rack my brains to pull out all the stops and launch the biggest ever event for artists. But more on that in just a little while. Seeing all the amazing comments and messages from artists over the last few weeks in anticipation of our big event, and having just transitioned my whole life to Los Angeles, made me really reflect on my own journey to get here. And I just wanted to share a part of my personal story with you. I never really talk about this, but the funny thing is, before I even started making beats and becoming a music producer, I actually started rapping. This was way back in the day in like 2003 or 2004. And part of getting into rapping was definitely just about kind of escaping this boring, depressing, and unstimulating environment I was in. I was broke back then. I didn't have a single dollar to my name. Actually, many days I couldn't even afford to buy food. I'm sure some of you at least can relate to that. And due to certain circumstances, there was even a time when I suddenly became the sole breadwinner for my entire family. Suddenly I was responsible for 4 other people, and that was hard because it's one thing not having enough money for yourself, and a whole nother thing not having enough money for your family and loved ones, especially when you're battling other demons like health and happiness. It eats you up. But I struggled my way through a 9-to-5 job on the daily, making a shitty income for really hard work, dished out by a horrible boss. And I had to grow up really fast. But music, then and also now still, was always a kind of sanctuary for me ever since the day I discovered it. I started out just writing rhymes and making beats for fun, with no real designs of being a professional musician or anything like that. I'd always been a huge hip-hop fan throughout my youth. I actually started listening to hip-hop in the early 90s, ever since those kind of East Coast Wu-Tang Clan, Mobb Deep and gangsta kind of days, you know? I just wanted to find a creative outlet for myself, and I found I had a knack for it, and I quickly learned to love the entire process of making music. I would literally work all day and then write rhymes and make beats all night. And around about that time, when I was literally at my lowest point in life, where everything just kind of felt like it was getting too much, people started really resonating with my music and actually asking where they could download and buy my tracks and beats. And that's where the idea of being a professional musician really clicked for the first time. It's the most satisfying feeling in the world when you find someone or something you really enjoy and you're passionate about, and other people want to reward you for your passion. They're basically saying, I want to support you for doing what you love doing. Even if they just shoot you a little like on that song or video you dropped, or a comment saying something like, keep it up, you know? And all of a sudden music seemed like a viable option to get me and my family out of the desperate situation that we were in at the time. And I dedicated myself to it fully. I started buying beats, making and selling mixtapes and albums, releasing beat tapes, all kinds of stuff. I started learning how to promote myself, how to market myself, how to get my music heard. And suddenly music was becoming not just my therapy, but even my savior. It was the only thing that was really helping me from falling apart internally. And slowly but surely, I was also able to help look after my family just a little bit better. It took a lot of grinding and hard work and dedication to pull myself and my family out of the hole we were in. But throughout the experience, music was the fuel that allowed me to stay resourceful. Even if I'd never made a single dime with music, it would have been the one saving grace keeping me sane and giving me a prospect of a better future. The reason I'm telling you all of this is because I know many of you will have been in a similar situation at some point, or perhaps you're going through something similar right now. I'm just like you, I know how hard it can get, and because of everything music gave to me, I want to share that with the world and empower other artists to have the same strength through their music, to support their lives, to support their families, and so on. It's Anno Domini Nation's mission now to empower other artists and to inspire them to make great music, to share the message with the world and get the world to listen to them. Because of all of this, I'm launching our biggest ever event for artists at the end of this month, right on time for Black Friday. We hosted a similar event last year which was hugely successful, and this year's will be even bigger and better. I'm calling it Anno Domini's Black Friday 2.0, but more on that in just a little while. When I started coming up as an artist, I was pretty much on my own. I had no money, no support, and no one to turn to for help or advice. Which is exactly why I want to give you all of the tools to the best of my abilities to get you to where you need to be and to help you succeed. This is why on the 27th of November, we're going to launch Black Friday 2.0. I want to empower other artists through music and give something back to the huge community of artists out there. I know so many of you are broke like I was, struggling with all kinds of shit going on around you, and I want to give you that spark of energy and creativity back. I want to inspire as many artists as possible to pick themselves up and do something with their passion. Whether that's just finding a creative outlet, helping support their families, giving them the first step on their way to becoming a musician, or even that last final push that some are missing to place them in the limelight. This is for all of you. Now, some of you might already know, last year I did the first ever Black Friday event where I gave away a huge 1 GB collection of beats to people on my personal email list and from our Anno Domini Facebook and YouTube pages. And the feedback I got from that was just incredible. There were literally thousands of messages, comments, even texts and calls from artists that really enforced the belief in me that we were onto something great and making a difference for these artists. So many people shared their personal stories with me. They were talking about how having this huge collection of beats available to them gave them strength and support, which they needed at that point to just kind of help themselves and their families. And it's awesome to see all the creativity, all the mixtapes, albums, singles, music videos, streams, and so on that was sparked by those beats. Amidst all of the chaos, somehow having this package of beats just helped them keep their inspiration alive. And I can't think of anything more motivating than that for me, to do it all over again, but on an even bigger scale. So yes, I will be releasing a brand new beat package for artists this coming Black Friday. I have to be honest, thinking about that scares me just a little bit though. Last year I almost had a nervous breakdown launching our Black Friday event. In the middle of the event, I remember Dropbox suspending 2 of my accounts, my server almost crashed, I had to pay a ton of money and work around the clock to make the beats available to as many artists as possible. And all of that while stuck in a snowstorm in London and trying to celebrate Thanksgiving with my family. So initially I pretty much swore to myself I would never do this kind of thing again. It was just so much intense work. But then all of those messages and comments and phone calls started pouring in, and it just really got to me, you know? Those messages haven't stopped for almost a year now, just cramming my inbox daily from the very first Black Friday event. So people were literally begging me for a new beat package, and you already know, I gave in. I just had to do it again for you. So once again, I'm bracing myself for a crazy few weeks for an intense amount of work to bring all of you, all you artists, all you Anno Domini community members, and all you rappers caught up in this industry, a brand new Black Friday 2.0 event. I know it's hard out there. Listen, I hate the fact that so many of these other music producers and beat licensing sites out there are just really arrogant and unfair. They rarely reply to artists, even their own fans. And I feel like more often than not, they just rip people off. It makes me really mad to see that, I have to tell you. They just care about making money and they wouldn't shy away from biting the hand that feeds them. These producers never give away free beats, and when you ask them, as an independent rapper with a small budget, how much the beats cost, they'll say something like $2,000, $3,000. Often these guys, they don't even have a single major credit to their name, yet they expect independent artists to spend their whole paycheck on one beat. For that reason, I really wanted to make sure that Black Friday 2.0 is a way to make the very best beats, by multi-platinum producers and award-winning producers, available to artists at an affordable price. So that even the most humble beginning rapper can use them commercially and start to make moves. I want us to show these other producers that if we work together, we can help each other, support each other financially, and operate as a community, rather than trying to rip each other off. I don't believe in treasuring music behind an ego. I believe in everyone having the same opportunity. That's why Black Friday 2.0 is my personal mission to empower artists from all around the world to do big things. I want to make sure that your message and your lyrics are heard, and I want you to be able to have the best beats available at an affordable price so that even broke rappers can profit from them right now. I know that the interest for this is going to be insane. People already flooding my inbox and calling me about this daily. And of course I'm not going to be able to give out our new beat package to absolutely everyone. I think we would probably break the internet if we tried that. So it's really important that you watch the next few informational videos and read the emails I'm going to be sending out to you guys, everyone on our lists in the coming days. I know some of you are already on our early bird list to get the beat package already, and judging from that list alone, it's possible that we're going to have to shut down the downloading fairly early on. So make sure you mark your diaries for 10 a.m. Pacific time, US time zone, on Thursday the 26th of November, which is when the early bird registrations commence. I'll be sending out an email, so look out for that. This is going to be the biggest event in the beat industry ever, so you really don't want to miss out. Alright, so before we wrap things up, I just want to address two things people have been asking me about these past couple of days really quickly, just to clear any doubts. So the first question was, will this cost something, and if so, how much? And in answers to that, yes, the Black Friday 2.0 package will cost something, as obviously we have to cover our own costs for servers, for the download member portal, our email clients, and so on. And also, having a small fee for the package is just going to be a way for me to build a kind of natural filter to really only give the beats to artists who are actually going to use them, because I don't want the beats going to waste. However, the price is going to be minuscule compared to what you're going to get, which is a huge collection of beats with bonuses, and it's definitely going to be less than 10 bucks. The second question I've heard from people was, is there a catch? And that was actually really easy to answer, because no, there is no catch. All the beats you will be getting are untagged and delivered to you in high quality MP3 and WAV format, and there's also a commercial usage license included for every single beat, which means that you can make money with them right away. It's the same exact usage license you would get if you bought any kind of regular beat from a website. So basically you can record a single, a mixtape, an album, or whatever you want, and you can sell them on iTunes, Amazon, upload them to Spotify, SoundCloud, and so on, just whatever you wish to do. Even though the price is so low, you will get the exact same rights to the beats as regular beat customers. Alright, that's all the details I can release to you guys right now about Black Friday. But I will be posting up a new video very soon telling you about a rapper, a personal friend of mine actually, who transformed his whole life through music. And I really want to share that story with you guys, because I feel like it's going to resonate with you and it's going to be really insightful. So I really want to thank you guys for watching this video right now, and I want to invite you to drop any kind of comments or messages for me to answer underneath this video, or shoot me a private message, and it will be amazing to hear from you. For now though, that's all from me, AD. I'll see you next time.